told you it was love. They convinced you it was normal. They made you believe the problem was you. But somewhere beneath the confusion, the self-doubt, the endless explanations that never quite made sense, you knew something was wrong. This is where we stop pretending. This is where we examine what they never wanted you to see. The patterns that controlled you, the systems that protected them.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Plus, free home delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
The longer you stay alive, the longer you can enjoy Boost Mobile's unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. So here are some tips. Do not parallel park on a cliff if you want to enjoy an unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. Do not mistake a wasp nest for a piñata if you want to enjoy an unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. Do not microwave a hard-boiled egg if you want to enjoy an unlimited plan with the price that never goes up. Stay alive and enjoy unlimited wireless for $25 a month forever with Boost Mobile. After 30 gigs, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Knock, knock.
Ooh, who's there?
A Boost Mobile expert, here to deliver and set up your all-new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever.
You call that a knock-knock joke?
This isn't a joke. Boost Mobile really sends experts to deliver and set up your phone at home or work.
Okay, well, it's just that when people say knock-knock, there's usually a joke to go with it.
Like I said, this isn't a joke.
So the knock-knock was just you knocking?
Yeah, that's how doors work.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro delivered and set up by an expert wherever you are. Delivery available for select devices purchased at boostmobile.com. Terms apply.
In our previous episodes, we've talked about the respect gap and how respect often becomes transactional in long-term relationships. Today, we're looking at something that might help you trust what you've been observing. Have you ever been told, "I don't know what you want," or "women are so confusing"? This episode explores a pattern that challenges that excuse. We'll look at how many men demonstrate respect regularly and skillfully with other men, which reveals something important. They know what respect looks like. The question isn't about confusion. It's about where that respect gets directed. In this episode, we will talk about how men demonstrate respect with other men, observable patterns in listening, defending, and protecting, what the confusion excuse really means, why this is about choice, not capacity, what it means for you if you're not receiving that same respect. Listen, if you want to validate what you've been observing for years, understand why "I don't know what you want" might not be true. Trust your perception about different treatment. Gain clarity about capacity versus choice. Before we begin today's episode, I want to acknowledge that we're going to be discussing some patterns that might be difficult to recognize in your own relationships. If you've been told for years that you're imagining things or that you're too demanding, this episode might bring up strong feelings. That's okay. Take breaks if you need to. Pause and come back. This content will be here when you're ready. And please know, this episode isn't about blame or judgment. It's about helping you see clearly so you can trust your own observations. Let's begin. Welcome back to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'm Lynn, your host. Over the past couple of episodes, we've been talking about the respect gap. That distance between what people say about respect and what actually happens. We've explored how respect can become transactional, especially in long-term relationships. Today, we're looking at something that might help you trust what you've been seeing. Have you ever been told, "I don't know what you want," or heard, "Women are so confusing," or been told you're too demanding, too complicated, too much? This episode is about a pattern that challenges those statements. If you didn't catch the previous episodes, that's okay. You can listen to this one on its own. But if you want the full picture, I'd recommend starting with episode 112. Let's get into it. Here's something important to understand. Many men aren't confused about what respect looks like. How do I know this? Watch how they treat other men. When another man speaks, many men listen. They don't interrupt. They let him finish his thought. They give him space. When another man achieves something, many men congratulate him. They celebrate with him. They ask questions. They show genuine interest. When another man makes a mistake, many men defend him. They explain why the circumstances were difficult. They give him the benefit of the doubt. When another man does something problematic, many men minimize it. They change the subject. They protect him. Men often show care to other men. They're protective of other men's reputations. They're careful about other men's feelings. In other words, many men demonstrate respect regularly. They practice it. They know how to do it. They show this capacity consistently. Now let's think about something else. Have you noticed different patterns in how you're treated? When you speak, are you given the same space to finish? When you achieve something, do you receive the same celebration? When you make a mistake, are you given the same benefit of the doubt? When you express concerns, are they minimized or taken seriously? These are just observations, just patterns to notice. If you're seeing differences, you're not imagining things. What you're noticing is real. Research supports what many women observe. Studies on interruption patterns show that women are interrupted more frequently than men in both professional and personal settings. According to a study published in the Journal of Language and Social Psychology, women were interrupted significantly more than men, and men were more likely to interrupt women than to interrupt other men. This isn't about individual bad behavior. It's about observable patterns that many women experience. So here's what this tells us. The issue often isn't that someone doesn't know how to show respect. Many men demonstrate that skill with other men regularly. The issue is where that respect gets directed. And if you're not receiving it, that's information, important information about choices being made. Not about your worth, about choices. Let me say that again because it's important. This isn't about your worth. This isn't about whether you deserve respect. This is about where someone chooses to direct the respect they're clearly capable of giving. Let's talk about the "I don't know what you want" statement. You might have heard this for years, maybe decades. I don't know what you want. Women are so confusing. You never tell me what you need. I can't read your mind.
Mom, Dad, I'm not throwing shade, but the whole New Year's resolution thing, kind of slipping, no offense. Anyway, my best friend Jenny's dad, crushing it. He uses Blue Apron. He says he ordered one pan assemble and bake meals and these things called meal kits. They're all super easy to make. He keeps yelling, protein and fiber, baby. Also, the food, we tried it. So good. So maybe check it out or whatever. Blue Apron. Get $50 off your first 2 orders plus free shipping with code STIR50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
There are a million reasons people start therapy. A breakup, burnout, a new job, whatever your reason, there is one place to start. Grow Therapy meets you where you are with support that actually sticks. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 50th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. They connect you with thousands of independent, licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. You can search by what matters, like insurance, specialty, identity, or availability, and get started in as little as 2 days. And if something comes up, you can cancel up to 24 hours in advance at no cost. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans, including Medicaid in some states. Visit growtherapy.com/start now today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/start now. growtherapy.com/start now. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
These statements suggest confusion. They suggest a lack of understanding about what respect requires. But think about what we just observed. Many men show respect to other men without needing detailed instructions. They listen without being told to listen. They defend without being told to defend. They show care without being told exactly how. They figure it out with other men. So when they say, I don't know what you want, what does that actually mean? It might mean, I don't want to give you what you're asking for. It might mean, what you're asking for would cost me something. It might mean, I can do this, I just don't want to do it for you. The confusion might not be real. Have you explained what you need? Probably many times. Have you been clear? Probably very clear. Have you asked nicely? Probably in every way you know how. And still you hear, I don't know what you want. That's not confusion. That's a choice. A choice not to give what you're asking for, while blaming you for not asking correctly. If you've been told you're confusing or demanding or unclear, but you've watched this same person navigate complex situations with other men successfully, you're seeing the pattern. They know how, they choose where. So what does this mean if you're seeing these patterns? It means you can trust what you're observing. If you've been watching him listen carefully to his friends, but barely acknowledge what you say, you're not imagining that. If you've been watching him defend other men's mistakes while criticizing yours harshly, you're not making that up. If you've been watching him show care and consideration to other men while being impatient and dismissive with you, that's real. You're seeing clearly, and seeing clearly matters. For years, maybe decades, you might have been told you're too sensitive, too demanding, too complicated. You might have been told that if you just explained better, asked nicer, were more patient, things would improve. You might have blamed yourself, thought if you just figured out the right way to ask, you'd finally receive what you need. But what if the issue was never about how you asked? What if the issue was always about where he chose to direct his capacity for respect? That changes things. It means you can stop trying to find the perfect way to ask. You can stop wondering if you're being too demanding. You can stop questioning whether you deserve what you're asking for. Because the issue isn't your worth. It isn't your communication. It isn't your expectations. The issue is choice. His choice about where to direct respect, he clearly possesses. And that's not something you can fix by asking differently. Let me be clear about something else. This doesn't mean every man in every situation is deliberately withholding respect. Some people genuinely learned limited models of respect. Some people genuinely struggle with emotional availability. But when you observe someone demonstrating full respect, care, and consideration with others, and you're not receiving that same treatment, that tells you something. It tells you the capacity exists. The question becomes, why isn't it extended to you? And that's a question only they can answer. Your job isn't to figure out how to earn respect that should be freely given. Your job is to trust what you're seeing. Now let's close down this episode. So here's the summary of what we've covered today. Many men demonstrate respect regularly with other men. They listen, they defend, they show care, they give space, they celebrate achievements, they protect reputations. This demonstrates they know what respect looks like. They have the capacity for it. When women are told, I don't know what you want, or you're so confusing, that claim often doesn't match observable behavior with other men. The confusion claim might not be about actual confusion. It might be about unwillingness. Research shows women are interrupted more frequently than men, and men interrupt women more than they interrupt other men. This isn't individual behavior. It's a pattern. If you're seeing different treatment, you're not imagining it. You're observing real patterns. This isn't about your worth. This is about where someone chooses to direct respect they're clearly capable of giving. What does this mean for you? It means you can trust your observations. It means you can stop trying to find the perfect way to ask for respect. It means you can stop questioning whether you deserve what you're asking for. You do deserve it. The issue isn't about your worthiness or your communication. The issue is about choices someone else is making. And understanding that can help you see clearly. Clarity doesn't solve the problem, but it helps you trust yourself. And trusting yourself matters. If you're just now seeing these patterns after years of being told you're imagining things, be gentle with yourself. You're not foolish for not seeing it sooner. You're perceptive for seeing it now. For more information on narcissistic abuse recovery, visit movingforwardafterabuse.com, where you'll find over 250 articles on manipulation tactics, recovery stages, and rebuilding your life after abuse, plus additional resources on our Gumroad page and our course on narcissistic abuse recovery. This is Lynn, and this has been another episode of the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'll see you in the next one. This podcast is for educational and informational purposes only. The content shared is not a substitute for professional mental health advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you are experiencing a mental health crisis, please seek help from a qualified professional or contact a local crisis hotline.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus free home delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else? You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food. But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with a 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This work is hard, really hard. Questioning everything you were taught, seeing systems that were invisible, sitting with truth that change how you see the world. It's exhausting and overwhelming sometimes. There's no timeline for this, no right way to process it. We've gone daily now because these conversations matter. Subscribe so new episodes land automatically when they drop.